Everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to be introducing the lovely team here. So, I'm Cynthia, and I take care of go to market strategy for Zoho Books and Zoho Practice for global markets. And I'm going to be your moderator, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about AI for you. And I also have our lead engineer, product champ, Mugesh. He is our AI guru for this webinar. He's going to talk to you about AI and MCP. Mugesh, say hi.
So yeah, hi everyone. Thanks, Zitya. First of all, I'm really pretty much excited to be here for joining this session. So I will be hoping in for the technical demos and for the technical questions. Okay, let Cynthia have the stage first.
Thank you, Mukesh. And then we have Tamir. So he's the one who's organized this entire webinar, and he's our moderator for this platform in the webinar. Thank you so much, Tamir. We also have two product champs who's joined us, Sai and Kirtana. They will be supporting you and answering your questions on the questions tab as well. So first of all, thank you to this team for putting together an amazing platform for all of you. Okay, let's get started. Mukesh, can we have the slides, please? Thank you. Today's session, you all know what it's called. It's called Transform Your Accounting Operations with MCP and Zoho Books. It's more of a conversation about where your finance and accounting are headed and how AI is starting to actually act inside your finance stack. Not just an answer, but it's more of not answering your questions alone, but it's more to understand where exactly are you in the tech stack space, especially when it comes to AI. Okay, let's quickly look at the agenda, right? We'll start off with what exactly is AI in finance, and then we will get into what is MCP, the Model Context Protocol. Mugesh will also show you a live use case of how MCP can be set up. There will be demos on specific accounting use cases, and also he will deep dive into how you can simplify your day-to-day operations with AI and MCP. And finally, we'll get into a Q&A session at the end of the session, which is like 45 minutes is going to be the session, and then 15 minutes Q&A, right? So let's move into AI adoption and AI in finance. I'm going to be grounding this with numbers because I think it's easy to assume AI adoption in finance is still in early stage. It actually is not, because the AI market was already worth 347 billion in 2025, and inside finance specifically, 44% of CFOs said they are using generative AI for more than 5 use cases last year. So that's just up from just 7% the year before. And that's not incremental adoption, right? That is a curve. So, which means if we think we are in the early stage, actually we are not. People have started adopting AI. And the result of that adoption is finance professionals are spending 20 to 30% less time crunching data. That means you're getting hours back in your week, in your work week. So look at the productivity that you can bring to the table. So if you're on this webinar thinking we haven't started yet, you're not behind in some irreversible way. The gap is widening, and it's widening really fast. So it's important that you get to know about AI, you get to listen to these sessions, and also start adapting it very, very quickly. Just some stats for you to understand where the AI is in the industry. Now, talking about AI in finance, I want to bring a model that we use in Zoho, two working forces, CI and AI, right? A very easy formula for you to remember. CI plus AI is the working model that we use. CI is nothing but contextual intelligence, which means it takes your historic understanding of the business, all your historic data, years of transactions, it can be your patterns, rules, automation, and all of that. That lays the foundation, and it will know what happened and why. And AI is adaptive intelligence, which is it takes that context of your historic data and adds real time decision making on top of it, which means it doesn't just report to you, it actually reasons on the data and it acts on the data. And a combination of this is exactly the working model of artificial intelligence that we follow. And together, they become very, very powerful. Basically, what I'm trying to summarize is CI gives AI the context it needs, and AI gives CI the ability to adapt and decide in the moment. And underneath all of it, it's very, very important to have governance and control, because intelligence without guardrails isn't intelligence at all. And you're all Zoho Books users, so you know how important privacy and security is important to us. And that line matters a lot, especially in the finance world in AI. Now, you've seen the working models of AI. Let's get into the two types of AI, right? What are the two types of AI? In finance, the two types that we would like to bring you to the table are one, embedded AI, and the other one is agentic AI in your finance function in specific. Embedded AI is your always on assistant inside the product, right? All of you might have been already using this. It is at a task level, it answers your questions, it summarizes data, it suggests next steps, like, for example, anomaly detection, or anything that you can co create with an invoice, etc. So you can categorize expense, flags anomalies, draft reminders. It helps you finish your tasks faster, one app at a time. And that is already available in Zoho Books. That is embedded AI. Now, agentic AI is where it shifts. You don't give it a task, you actually don't give it a goal, but it figures out the steps, it calls the right tools, it connects with across systems and gets it done end to end. For example, all of you, I'm sure, you use ChatGPT and Claude, right? Can you give me a thumbs up if you use ChatGPT, Claude for your day to day business? There you go, for your email drafting, for reviewing, and all of that. So you have a lot of tools: ChatGPT, Claude, Cursor, Gemini. Wow, yes. So imagine what if you can make that tool talk to your accounting software and get your task done. And that is exactly where agentic AI comes in place. For example, you can just get on your chat platform and then say, run my month in closure, chase unpaid invoices, make daily CRM deals as lost, and summarize what you want. Any task that you can give. And imagine if that tool or agent, AI agent, can talk to your accounting tech stack and actually do it for you. That's exactly where agentic AI comes. That's the shift from assistant to agent. And that's exactly what we're going to show you today. Okay. Now let's get into future proofing with AI features. Most of you will already be using some of these features inside Zoho Finance specifically. Future proofing with AI looks like this. And I'll go through this very quickly because Mukesh is anyways going to give you a demo. All of you must be knowing Zia. A thumbs up for Zia of Zoho. And if you're using a Zia agent, there you go. So that's another feature and capability that we have, which is our AI. It instantly answers you through Zia Assistant. You have Zia Insights, predictions, you can forecast and everything. We also have an invoicing agent, like you all know, where we can manage invoices, flag anomalies before they cost you revenue leakage. There is this new feature capability that we released, which is the AI driven risk clustering, which is a very popular one amidst the users for real time fraud detection, and so on and so forth, right? So these are all part of our embedded AI capabilities, which is already live inside Zoho Finance today. This is not a roadmap item. Now, moving on to agentic AI, and that's exactly why we're all here today for this webinar. Agentic AI into finance and operations. So how does agentic AI actually run into your finance stack? Let's look at that. You will, on the left, you've got natural language instructions where you can create project invoices, you can update selling price, etc. And then all of these connect through Zoho MCP, a platform called Zoho MCP. And on the other side, you have something called all of your Zoho applications. It can be your books, inventory, CRM, and everything, right? This probably is a good point where you will see the demo of what exactly happens. But before we get into how MCP connects your AI tools to this, so for example, how do I put this? Zapier. How many of you know Zapier? Zapier is a tool that integrates two different applications. Now, similar to that, Zoho MCP or MCP is a tool that connects all your AI tools, which is your Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, Cursor, whatever that you see, with your applications, which is in this case Zoho applications, books, CRM, inventory, payroll, things like that. And I keep saying MCP, right? So for the benefit of all, let me explain what MCP is, and that's the next slide for you. MCP is nothing but a model context protocol, and this was an open standard announced by Anthropic, if I'm not wrong. Think of it as a bridge, like I told you. It connects AI platforms to business applications. Until now, the AI platform's job was just to answer questions and generate insights, right? And then that happened separately. Then there is this accounting software's job, which stored your data, managed your books of accounts, executed all your finance workflows, and all of that. So they were two separate worlds. Now, what if they become one? And that's exactly where MCP comes into play. So you get an insight from the AI, then you manually act on it and inside your accounting tool. But instead, when you get an insight from AI, and then that automatically talks to your accounting software through an MCP, and that's exactly where the magic happens. There is no copy pasting, there is no app switching, there is no retrieval of data from one and going to another for your workflows. It all happens seamlessly, and that is where MCP comes. Now, while MCP is an open standard, we have our very own MCP based on this standard, and that is called Zoho MCP. And Zoho MCP is what integrates with your Zoho applications, which is books, CRM, inventory, um, mail, and so on and so forth. And that's where this stands for. All right. Before even we get into the demo, I want to give you a certain disclaimers of before we begin, because this is an AI webinar. This webinar is not intended to promote any one third party AI platform, right? You can use multiple. It's completely up to the customer's intent and your comfort level of what AI platform you want to use. The use cases we're about to show you can be performed using various AI platforms, and we have just chosen a few because given 45 minutes, we just want to show you a few use cases. And also, any data that you share with the AI platform is governed by the platform's privacy and security policy. So that is an important point. And some of these AI platforms may allow you to work on it for free because you're using ChatGPT and Claude. Some of it might need a paid version as well. So you have to bear that in mind when you want to, use an AI platform. And also, permission levels are very, very important. Like how in Zoho Books you have user level permissions. The same will apply when that particular user gets into the AI platform as well, AI agent as well, MCP. MCP simply respects the access controls which are already in place within Zoho Books, and accordingly, that's how it works, right? And also, MCP actions consume API credits for your organization. So please keep that in mind when you use that as well. So I just want to, show all of this because in this AI world, it's very important to know also all of these before you even get into it. Now, I think that's enough gyan for you on AI adoption and AI, what's happening in AI in the industry. And I want you all to see a live demo from now. So over to you, Mukesh, as to how we can set up MCP and what are the different use cases.
Okay. So am I audible? Kindly drop a thumbs up if I'm audible. Okay. So first of all, thank you, Cynthia, for the brief introduction, and greetings, everyone. I'm Mukesh. I'm leading engineering team from Zoho Books, and once again, thanks for joining with us. Okay. So first, I will explain what is MCPs and how to set up the MCP, and we will also go through some live demos to showcase the capabilities of Zoho MCP. And before getting into the setup part, I would like to clarify a few things. So first, we have to know why we needed MCP. So before MCP came into existence, so what was the issue was it was difficult for AI platforms like Claude, Cursor to communicate with Zoho Books applications and similar applications as well. So what we have to do is, if you want to, let's say you want to create an report, overdue invoice report, what you have to do, you have to copy the data from Zoho Books, paste it in your AI platform, run the prompt, or you have to export the data, every data, and you have to provide it to the AI platform, which consumes tokens and consumes the context, everything. And this was actually a pain point previously in the AI platforms. So, and it gets even more difficult if you, let's say, if you want to create some invoice, you have to copy the entire API documentation to the Claude or Cursor, and you have to do, and it's not an easy task for normal users. So, to address this particular pain point, what developers came up with a concept called MCP. So, with MCP is nothing but it acts as a middleware between two applications. In this context, one application will be the AI, maybe any AI platform of your choice, and another like our normal applications like Zoho Books, Zoho Inventory, etc. Okay, so MCP, what it does is it provides a structured protocol way for AI platforms to communicate with applications like Zoho Books. And also in this webinar, I will explain how to set up Zoho MCP and native connections with your preferred AI platforms. And also we'll be seeing some 3 to 4 demos, live demos, where I'll be showcasing how MCP could enhance your user experiences and could reduce your workload while using the Zoho Books. Okay, so in these webinars, I will be using an example organization. We have named it as Zilka Electronics. What it does is they produce electronic applications, like they design electronic products like mobiles and laptops, and they sell it across global organizations. So we have chosen this, and how we have planned the demos. First, we will see simple use cases like creating an invoice. So how many of you have created invoice in Zoho Books from web application? Just drop a thumbs up to let know. Yeah, this is a pretty simple use case, but just wanted to know. Okay. So first we will see how to create an invoice using an AI platform. Then we will move to the how we can generate multiple reports across our organizations. Then we will move on to some complex use cases like adding some new features to the Zoho Books, creating some custom models, and at last we will see how we can connect with other Zoho applications like CRM, Disk, and also non-Zoho applications, etc. Okay. So let's get started with the MCP setup. So as you can see in the slide, we have two kinds of setup we could done with your to connect your preferred AI application with Zoho Books. First thing is native connection, which is very easy to set up, and we have native connection support in Cloud and Gemini's enterprise paid version. And for users who prefer other AI, we also have our own application called Zoho MCP, which is a free application where you can create your own connectors. So before getting into that, I will explain what a connector is. Connector is nothing but a piece of code or software that connects two applications. So in this context of Zoho MCP, it acts like a middleware which connects a application with Zoho Books. So we will be getting into in detail in the next slides. Okay.
Sorry, Mukesh, just a minute. I think some of them are finding it difficult to see the screen.
Okay.
Currently, we're showing native connection slide. Are you all able to see that? Okay, perfect. Jabin, would you mind refreshing your browser? If you're not able to see the screen, please refresh the browser. Sometimes it might be because of network as well. Thank you all. Thank you. Over to you, Mukesh.
Okay, thank you. So let's get started with the native connections. So I will explain what native connection is, and we will see a live hands-on on how to connect with your applications like Claude and Gemini. So first thing is native connections. As I said, they are pretty easy to connect. What we have done is we have prepared Zoho Books MCP connector, and we have listed in the applications marketplace. So if you have Claude paid version or free version, you could go inside the Claude. Okay, is there any issue on the relay? Okay, right? Okay. Okay, back to the topic. So what you can see is open your Claude application, and inside the marketplace, you could find the native connections. So let's get on with the demo. Okay, I'll just share my screen. Okay, is my screen visible? Can you drop it?
Coffee and Claude time. Yes, go on.
Okay. So this is my Claude's web app, and I'm here to connect my native Zoho Books connections with Claude. So what I have to do is go to the customize button here in the left-hand side, click it, and you could see the connectors. Click that, add connectors, browse connectors. This is for the native connectors. So click that. So I can see we have listed all the native connectors available from Zoho Books side. Let's choose Zoho Books here. And my account is in .com, so I'm choosing this. Okay. What it does is now Claude tries to connect with Zoho Books, and it gets authorized tokens from Zoho Books so that it could communicate while we prompt some use cases in the Claude. Okay. So what we have done is, since I mentioned that this is a pre-built connector, what we have done is we have chosen some around 50 to 60 tools that will be that will be very much usable for day-to-day activities. So you could see we have estimates, invoices, customers and vendors. Most of the receivables and payables will be covered here. Also, we also have taxes, since invoice creations and other creations need tax details as well. So every actions will be listed here. Choose it and select accept. Once done, we will be redirected to the Claude. Okay. So as you can see, we have connected our native connector with Zoho Books successfully. Okay. And also, I would like to show you the tools listed here. Okay, before that, I would like to explain some terminologies. Whenever I mention a platform, what I mean is a applications like Cursor, Claude, ChatGPT, any application that supports MCP in them. And also, if I mention tools or actions, what I mean is every tool or action is an actionable item in Zoho Books. For example, creating an invoice in Zoho Books is an action for MCP or a tool. Likewise, like you can get getting an contact details, getting an item, updating an item, everything constitute to a single tool. So as you can see, we have some certain tools like get invoice, get custom module, get expenses. We have chosen these modules for the native connectors and presented here. And the Zoho Books connector is ready, pretty much available in Cloud for all the plans. Okay, so we have connected. Now let's get on with our demo. Just a minute. Okay, so first, okay, let's get into the first demo. One second. Okay, so first one, like as I said before, we will be asking for, we will ask Claude to create a connection. Sorry, to create an invoice in our application. So this is our example organization called Zilker Electronics. So what we will do is we need to create an invoice using Claude. So I'll just copy my prompt from. Okay. So Zilker Electronics is an organization where the people working will be what their work is. They will create multiple invoices, multiple bills. It's like a data entry job, and they want to offload this work to AI. So if creating an invoice using Zoho Books is very much easy, but let's say if you want to create 10 or hundreds of invoices in a single go, then you could use Claude or any AI platforms to offload this. Okay, so let's just run this. So what we have asked is we have asked Claude to create a draft invoice in our particular application for the customer John Smith, and we have also mentioned the number of units, number of items we need from the own phone, and also the number of laptops. Okay. So I'll just show you the organization first. So the last invoice we have created is invoice 18. So let's see how it works. Okay. So we also have some recorded sessions of these exact prompt. Since we don't have much time and AI might take around 2 to 10 minutes based on the complexity and the amount of data available in our organizations. So I'll just play a recorded video and we will get back to the result later. Okay. This is the latest one. So as we saw, this is the latest invoice, and we have given the same prompt here as well. Okay, as you can see here, the AI has given a draft invoice, and first it gives us in a preview. It hasn't created anything, so we can check the data. So it has exactly chosen the customer name. It has also created 2 line items. As mentioned, it has chosen 2, and also it has given total. Okay, so let's proceed. And once I consent to the prompt, the invoices get created. Okay, so the invoice number is 21. Okay, so let's reload our application and check whether it has reflected. Okay, yeah, you could see we have created invoice 21 for the customer named John Smith with the exact amount. But I made a mistake. I wanted the due date to be on June 20th, but I forgot to mention in the prompt. So instead of using updating here, I'll just go to the Claude itself and ask Claude to update the record. Okay. Okay, Claude has mentioned that it has done it. Okay. Okay. As you can see, the due date has been updated. Okay. Back to the presentation. Let me stop this screen sharing. Okay. Yeah. So we have seen an example for native connection. And yeah, we have covered the use case as well. Before getting into the Zoho MCP, there are some certain limitations that native connectors have. See, native connectors are aimed for day-to-day activities, so they cover basic like AR and AP modules. Let's say if you want to get outside of that, if let's say if you want with work with custom modules and chart of accounts, everything, there are some limitations. We can't support that in native connections. So what we suggest is we can go with Zoho MCP. And another limitation in native connector is like we have provided native connectors only for two applications currently. One is Cloud, and another one is Gemini's enterprise application. So in order to address this gap and make MCP available for all the AI tools, Zoho has come up with an application called Zoho MCP, which is free, where you can create your own connection. The advantages of Zoho MCP is you can create your own connection. You can also add multiple Zoho applications. Let's say if you want to create a single connection or single in a single chat window, you want to access Zoho CRM's data, Zoho Books, inventory, expense, any Zoho application, you can use Zoho MCP. And additional to that, you could also connect non-Zoho MCP. Let's say if you want to mail using Gmail, and if you have another payment gateways, it can also be connected with Zoho MCP. So connect your third-party applications and Zoho applications, and it is entirely customizable. One thing is, in native connections, we already preloaded 50 tools, whereas here you could choose which tool you want in which module, and everything is exactly customizable. So I will start sharing my screen again, and I will show you how we could connect our cloud application with Zoho MCP. Okay. I hope my cloud window is visible. Okay. So likewise, go to the connectors, and in the connector sessions, first we choose browse connectors. This is for native, and for Zoho MCP, these come under custom connectors. So let's click on custom connectors. What they are asking is they want a server URL. So let's create one server URL from Zoho MCP. Okay. So this is our Zoho MCP application. Access it. Okay. Okay. In MCP terminology, a connector is also called as MCP server. So I don't want to get into the technical. So if you see MCP server, it means connector. So I'm going to create a new connector. Say, I'll call it as test2. Okay. So I have created connector, and in native you saw pre-built 50 around tools. Now we have to add our own tools. Okay. So click add. You can see Zoho products are being listed here. You can see CRM and all the finance applications like books, billing, inventory, invoice, payroll, expense. We also have commerce. We also have ERP, POS, everything. So not only the Zoho applications, we also have other applications, other third-party applications as well. So feel free to go through. So first I'm gonna search for Zoho Books, click it, and MCP is going to list the number of actions. In native, we were restricted to 50 actions. Here we have provided around 800 plus, and you could choose which module you want. I want to choose invoice. Okay, there are around 47 actionable tools, actions here. So choose one. Let's say I want to get invoice. Okay, add now. Okay, so we have it. If you want to add inventory, search for inventory. Okay, so I want to approve in inventory or any use case. Okay, so I don't know. As you can see, we have added multiple applications in a single connector. So so we have successfully connected the tools. Now let's get on to how to connect. As you saw in the cloud, it asks for a server URL. This is the URL. And also MCP provides us walkthrough steps on how to connect with multiple AI platforms. Here they have provided Cloud, Cursor, Windsurf, VS Code, etc. You can also connect with ChatGPT if you want. Currently copying it. So once I connect, it will also go through the same steps. So Claude will ask request Zoho Books to provide the necessary details and authorized access tokens. So it has listed books and inventory. Okay, once I accept it. Okay. Okay, we have successfully connected the test. Now let's get with another demo. So in first demo, we saw how to create an invoice, and also we have some other use cases like, let's say if you want to generate a report. I will stop my screen share. Okay. Okay, Zoho Books already have standard reports. We have 100 plus reports available. But let's say we have multiple organizations, and we want a single consolidated report across our organizations. This could be achieved using Zoho MCP. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to take the same example, Zirka Electronics. Zirka Electronics has two organizations, one in US and another one is in India, and they even also have different base currencies. So in India, they are using INR and USD in the US organization. So what we are going to do is we are going to add the prompt, we're going to run it. So this is the prompt we are going to use. The exact use cases, the Zilka Electronics organization, they have two organizations. What they need is currently they need a report for the sales that has happened in their organizations at a global level for last 30 days and prior last 30 days. And what they want is they want to know how many sales has been happened in global, the total invoice count, and the percentage of business growth in there. They have also mentioned an additional prompting thing. So they have mentioned the current price, current exchange rate of USD and INR. What they want is they need a consolidated report with top 3 customers and top 3 products across the globe. So Zilka Electronics people, what they want is they want a customized consolidated report. They need the report and show the top 3 performing customers and products across the globalization. So here they are not involving a single org, they are involving multiple organizations across the globe and generating a single consolidated report. So based upon the data, this query might take around 5 to 10 minutes. So we also have a recorded video for this. So these are the 2 organizations which I've chosen. First one is Zilka USA, and the second one is Zilka Electronics India. Each organization have their own invoices, their own customers, but the items are same. So once done, the Claude checks for the date range, and it gives a cute little dashboard for us to check. As you can see here, they have notified what are the last 30 days sales that has happened in the US organization. And India, they have used INR, and they have also converted this dollar and provided a single box with the sales. And also you could see that they have also shown a graph showcasing the business growth in them. And the exciting part is they have also mentioned the top 3 customers. As you can see, the first one, this customer is available only in India. They also mentioned the sales the customer has given, and also in the USD, likewise the USA. So what we have done is we have gone beyond the standard report, and we have generated a consolidated report across multiple organizations. We also have top 3 products. We have the trend along with them, and Cloud even also provides key insights from other products as well. Let's say how much it has searched everything, and it also flags some maybe some missed use cases or something else. Okay, done with the demo. So what we have done is we have created invoice, we have generated report. These are like day-to-day use cases. Now let's get back to some more complex use cases. For this, I will start using cursor just to show a variety that we could use multiple AI platforms. So what we are going to do is report generation in this complex. See, every business are tend to grow, and you want Zoho Books to grow along with you. You might need some additional features, additional implementations to be done in Zoho Books. Instead of analyzing all the available features in Zoho Books, let's say we offload the work to AI platforms like Cursor. So in this use case, okay, let me just copy the prompt. Okay, back to the Zilker Electronics. So what Zilker Electronics, initially they were selling their the devices. Now they are entering into a new vertical. They are planning to enter into device leasing vertical. And they're planning to rent out their mobile phones and laptops to other companies on a monthly basis. Just make note that on monthly basis, what the user felt is, see, I want a module to track about the lease details. I want to track the lease, which customer I have given, which device I have been leased in, and their serial number, and the terms and lease date, when it gets expired, everything. So the user doesn't exactly know which feature he want to use, and he's gonna mention that, can you do this in Zoho Books, and ask it. I'm just gonna run this. What Zoho Books MCP is going to do is, MCP is going to provide all the available features readily for this their organization. Let's say based upon their editions and their plan, it's going to give a customized setup for their exact device leasing business. Okay. Okay. So Cursor has given us a recommendation. So what is it suggests is, go with the custom module, create a device leases, and also in those custom modules you could find custom fields. First time. It also suggests to create some custom fields, like to track a customer, just go with a contact lookup custom field to track devices, serial numbers, renewal date. Everything has been handled by Cursor itself, AI platform. Okay, before we get into that, I'll just show you the existing organization. So this is the Zilker Electronics USA, and currently there are some 5 custom modules. So the mentioned device lease custom module is not yet created. Okay. Keep it next to it. Okay, let it run. So we will see a recorded video for this. I think it's done. Okay. Okay, device lease setup is completed. So what Cursor AI platform has done is, it has created a custom module. Let's check it out. Okay, I will reload my application. Okay, so we have got a brand new custom module with all the mentioned 11 fields here. So we have done the implementation part. Okay. So this is how you could make use of Zoho Books MCP to create new modules, may enhance your existing organizations. And okay, let's get on to the last demo. Let me show the slide first. So this is this will be our final demo. To explain this in further, see, a business can't be restricted to a single application. For a business to run, we need multiple applications to handle multiple use cases. Let's say we need a CRM, we might need books, we need inventory to track, we need expense, we need a payroll, everything has to be. So in a business perspective, we need multiple applications. And what MCP could do is, it could bring all these applications. So it could bring your entire business ecosystem and can provide it in a single AI platform's chat session. So let's get on with the demo first. Okay, so in this use case, Zilker Electronics, okay, the CFO of this company needs to do an audit. okay, we have created an invoice, we have generated reports, we have also have done implementation from our part. Now what the CFO wants is they want to audit their business ecosystem itself. What they feel is that the forecasted revenue doesn't match with the current revenue. So the CFO has found some three places where there might be some revenue leakage. The first thing the CFO came up with is there might be some closed deals in CRM, but it might have not converted into an invoice in books. This is the first case, wants CRM deals but no invoice in books. Second case is there might be some overdue invoices without a payment recorded in Zoho Books and no one has attended to that. So this is the second use case. So first two use cases are just common for organizations, and this retention third use case, it's very specific for their organization alone. As they have device leasing module, what the CFO feels is like, see, we have a contract for the leases. There is an end date. Let's say there is this contract must end in next year, but for some few reasons, this module might have the status might have marked to skip, or the recurring invoices which are being generated for this lease might have been stopped, expired, or we have forgot to charge the customer. So these three, CRM and overdue invoices and the lease custom module, what the CFO feels is, okay, generate me a single, I don't want to go to every application, I want to access this via my MCP. So what he has done is he has created a Zoho MCP custom connector, and he's going to give, I need a one-page review, I want an exact report where the revenue leakage is happening. And also that additionally, he's also planning to make some actions. If there is some, let's say, if there is some CRM deals with no invoice, create a draft invoice. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, create a draft invoice. Not only for report generation, he's gonna act based upon the insights which he's gonna get from the platform. And for overdue invoices, he's gonna create task which is available in Zoho Books, or he's gonna send some reminders using the payment reminders available in Zoho Books. Also, he's also asking for draft the email contents to share with the respective customers as well. Okay, so since this involves multiple applications, I would suggest we will go with the recorded session because we are on time constraint and this takes around 10 minutes. Okay. So we are using cursor here. Okay, so before that, I will just mention the setup. So this is the device leases custom model we created, and we have already added 2 device leases. And you could see that this end date for the particular device list is listed on December 27, but the status has been marked as ended. So this might be a revenue leak. And also, we are also just checking that the recurring invoice has been stopped. So, okay. So this is one suspect, and another he's gonna check. We are gonna check invoices. There are some overdue invoices as well. We are gonna see CRM. In CRM, we have a deal that has closed, which constitutes to 18K, but this deal has not been converted into invoice. See, for demo purpose, we have just mentioned some few records, but in real use case, you might have numerous records in CRM as well. So it gets pretty tricky to do this work in manually. So we are using this. As you can see, AI platform has given us a detailed revenue leakage audit. The first thing is, okay, as we have shown, there is an CRM deal which doesn't have any invoice linked up. So first, that's the first leakage. And second one is there are some overdue invoices. Okay, let me just get back. Okay. Second one, like under collection, there are 2 overdue invoices. And third one is like for the specific use case, the custom module, there's some premature termination has happened. So as customer asked, the cursor has given 1-page review with overall, and it has also drafted emails that customer can use as in, and it also, as you can see, it also suggests like, okay, just give me confirmation so that I could create draft invoices, create task so that people from our team could check on that overdue invoices and the deals. and we can send the payment reminder to the customers. So everything happens in a single window itself. Okay. Okay, we have covered all the demos here. So just to summarize this, Zoho Books MCP can connect with your any AI application. It can create, update, delete your accounting records. It can make your accounting everyday task easier by just using your simple language prompts. You can access your AI platform and get the job done in Zoho Books. Also, we have generated reports across organizations, across applications in this. We have also introduced new workflows like creating a custom module based upon our requirement, and even we have also done a small revenue leakage audit using Zoho Books MC. So I think you guys have got a brief uh, model about how the MCP works, how you can connect, and how this makes your job easier.
Thank you so much for this overwhelming response, be it before the webinar or during the webinar and during the Q&A session as well. A lot of interesting ideas that I get. Some of you have said you want a one-on-one chat with Mukesh. Mukesh, you're popular. Once again, thank you so much. A lot of gratitude, and happy to see so many of you here interested in AI and especially with Zoho Books. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to Mukesh and thanks to the team from the back who've answered so many questions.